Very good morning, students. So now we will discuss a new important chapter in your inorganic chemistry. The chapter is redox reaction. Okay. So we will discuss redox reaction. So before define this term redox reaction, let us discuss about oxidation. What do you mean by oxidation? Oxidation. Classical concept, you know, simply the addition of oxygen is known as oxidation, or addition of any electronegative element is also known as oxidation. Removal of hydrogen is known as oxidation, and removal of any electropositive element is also known as oxidation. But in our topic we should go through the modern point of view, that is electron transfer concept. That means definition of oxidation in terms of electron transfer concept, that is called modern concept. This is electron transfer concept, or you can say modern concept. Modern concept. Oxidation means loss of electron by an atom or any species, by an atom or ion. That is called, it is defined as, you can write its definition, it is defined as the process, the reaction in which an atom or ion loses one or more electrons. One or more electrons. That is called oxidation, or simply you can say loss of electron by any species. That is loss of electron by a species, whether it can be atom of any element or ion by a species, is known as oxidation. For example, simple example I am providing to you. For example, suppose I am considering aluminium Al3 plus loss of 3 electrons are there. Magnesium converted into Mg2 plus loss of 2 electrons are there. Calcium converted into Ca2 plus loss of 2 electrons are there. Simply let's say iron metal get converted into Fe2 plus loss of 2 electrons are there. Again Fe2 plus can be converted into Fe3 plus by loss of 1 electron. Clear? Like that of MnO4 2 minus get converted into, this one is iron, MnO4 minus by the loss of 1 electron. S2 minus get converted into sulfur by loss of 2 electrons. So in all these process you see every step involves the loss of electron. So that is called oxidation. Is that clear? Since all these process electrons have been lost, the process of oxidation is also known as de-electronation. Loss of electron, de-electronation. So oxidation is known as de-electronation. De-electronation means removal of electron or loss of electron. So simply you can see over here there is increase in positive charge. Here these are free elements having charge 0. So 0, 2 plus 2, 0, 2 plus 2, plus 2, 2 plus 3, that means increase in positive charge is also known as oxidation. Conversely, here you see there is a decrease in negative charge, 2 minus, 1 minus, 2 minus, here 0. So oxidation can be defined in other way like reactants. The first step, this one, that is increase in positive charge. Increase in positive charge giving rise to products, or you can say decrease in negative charge. Decrease in negative charge is also known as oxidation. So this is the genuine representation of oxidation. Clear? So next term we need to define over here reduction. Reduction. Gain of the process. The process of gain of electrons by an atom or ion is known as reduction. Is known as reduction. So reduction, you see, suppose Fe3 plus gains 1 electron, get converted into Fe2 plus. Gain of electron in this side. Next I can write Cl gains 1 electron, get converted into Cl minus. Clear? Oxygen gains 2 electrons, get converted into O2 minus. Similarly, MnO4 minus gains 1 electron, get converted into MnO4 2 minus. So here you see there is a decrease in positive charge by gaining electrons, and look at these last two steps. There is increase in negative charge by gaining electrons. So reduction can be defined as, let's say this one are reactants. I can write decrease in positive charge. Decrease in positive charge, or I can write increase in negative charge. That process is called, these are products, this process is called reduction. It's called reduction. Since in reduction addition of electrons takes place there, so reduction is also known as electronation. Reduction is also known as electronation. Electronation. Clear? So right now, what do you mean by redox reaction? Redox means, if I can split this redox word into two parts. That is redox, that is oxidation. OX stands for oxidation plus reduction, RED, reduction. So combinedly the term is known as redox reaction. So redox reaction means the reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. I can define redox reaction over here. Redox reaction, the reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Is known as redox reaction. For example, if I consider, let's say Mg or I can write over here zinc plus copper sulfate get converted into ZnSO4 plus Cu. So displacement reaction, metal displacement reaction I am considering. If you need to write down its ionic form, what can I write? Zn plus Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus get converted into Zn2 plus SO4 2 minus plus Cu. So these sulfate ions are common in both sides. These are known as spectator ions, get cancelled to each other. So final equation I am getting over here, that is I can write, you see over here, Zn plus Cu2 plus get converted into Zn2 plus Cu. Here you see, what is the charge of zinc? 0. What is the copper? 0. So Cu 2 plus 2 0. That means decrease in positive valency or positive charge. So this is called reduction. Just I have defined. And here increase in positive charge in case of zinc, that is called oxidation. So overall this type of reaction is known as a redox reaction. Redox reaction, since both the oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously in this reaction. Zinc is oxidized and copper is reduced. That's why this is known as a redox reaction. Is that clear? So in this redox reaction, you should know the species which is oxidized is known as reducing agent. Here you see, so Zn get converted into Zn2 plus with the loss of how many electrons? Tell me. 2 electrons. So this is known as oxidation. So which one is oxidized? Zinc. And copper gains that 2 electron, get converted into copper. So gain of electron, that is known as reduction. Is that clear? So overall reaction will be redox reaction, that will be Zn plus Cu2 plus get converted into Zn2 plus Cu. Clear? So here you see copper gains 2 electrons. These 2 electrons are supplied by zinc. That means zinc helps copper to reduce. So zinc Zn acts as a reducing agent. Reducing agent. And copper gains that 2 electron. That means it helps to oxidize zinc. So this one is your oxidizing agent or oxidant also. Oxidizing agent, or you can say oxidant. And this one is reducing agent, or this is called reductant. That means the species which is oxidized act as a reducing agent, and the species which is reduced to itself acts as an oxidizing agent. Clear? Now let us discuss about oxidation number and various rules how to calculate the oxidation number. It's very important for us. Oxidation number. Oxidation number. It is the charge. It is the charge present. It is the charge present. Charge present on an atom of element, on an atom of element in its compound, in its compound. Simply it is the charge carried by an atom of element in its compound. Clear? So let us discuss various rules. So rule 1, the oxidation number of an element in its elemental state, in its elemental state, or you can say native state is taken to be 0, is taken to be 0. For example, H2, Cl2, O2, N2, their oxidation number is taken to be 0 in its free state or native state. So rule 2, the oxidation number of hydrogen is always taken to be +1 except metal hydrides, where its oxidation state is, or oxidation number is taken to be -1. For example, whenever it is combined with non-metals like H2O, NH3, HCl, in all these cases the oxidation number of hydrogen is +1, +1, +1. Clear? But whenever it is concerned with active metals like metal hydride, like sodium hydride, here the oxidation state of metal is +1, where this hydrogen is -1. MgH2, magnesium hydride, here the oxidation state of hydrogen is -1. So remember, in case of metal hydrides, the oxidation state of hydrogen is always taken to be -1, and in case of non-metals or rest all compounds, it is mostly taken as +1. Clear? Next, the oxidation number of oxygen. The oxidation number of oxygen in most of its compounds is taken to be -2, except peroxide. In case of peroxides, its oxidation state is -1, and there are few compounds like O2F2. Here the oxidation state of oxygen is taken to be +1, and OF2, here the oxidation state of oxygen, that is +2. Remember, in case of peroxide linkage, the oxidation state of oxygen is always taken to be -1. Clear? And in case of fluorine, due to its more electronegative nature, fluorine, due to its more electronegative nature, its oxidation number is always taken as -1, In case of alkali metals, positive valency +1 valency. So alkali metals, alkali and alkaline earth metals having oxidation number +1 and +2 respectively. In all alkali metals, you can consider lithium, sodium, potassium, all having oxidation number +1, +1, +1. Clear? Alkaline earth metals, barium, magnesium, calcium, all have oxidation number +2. Okay. And another thing you just remember, the oxidation number can be positive, negative, or and can say fractional. Clear? So remember these points which will helpful to calculate the oxidation number of any element in a compound. Next, the oxidation number of an element. The oxidation number of an element varies in different compounds. For example, you can see CH4. What is the oxidation number of carbon over here? This one is non-metal. If you consider the oxidation number of hydrogen +1, then its carbon having its oxidation state, that will be -4. Clear? So CH3Cl, let's say. So if you consider the oxidation number of hydrogen is +1, chlorine -1, then what will be the oxidation number of carbon you are getting over here? That will be -2. Similarly, if I consider CH2Cl2, then its oxidation number is found to be 0. This one is -1, -2, +1, +2. So the oxidation number of carbon becomes 0. Likewise, CHCl3 in chloroform, you can say this one is -1, -3, +1, that will be +2 over here. You are getting +2. Like that of CCl4. If you consider the oxidation state of halogen -1, so carbon will be +1. Clear? And you just remember the oxidation number of halogens, group 17 elements. Here I am writing that the oxidation number of halogens in most of their compounds taken to be -1. Clear? Next important point, the maximum oxidation number of an element correspond to its group number. Corresponds to its group number. So group number in the long form periodic table. For example, if I consider carbon, the maximum oxidation state will be +4. If I consider sulfur, the maximum oxidation number will be +6 because its group number is 6. Like that of, there are few exceptional cases you can consider. Suppose I am asking, calculate the oxidation number of sulfur in H2SO4. What is its structure? You just see H. If you need to calculate simply the oxidation number of sulfur, if let's say oxygen having -2, hydrogen having +1, so let's say sulfur X plus 2 into +1 plus 4 into -2 for each oxidation, that will be 0. Clear? So X becomes X plus 2 minus 8, that is equal to 0. So what is the oxidation state of sulfur over here? Then X becomes equal to +6. This is the oxidation state of sulfur, +6. Likewise, if I need to calculate the oxidation number of manganese in KMnO4, so let the oxidation number of manganese becomes X. Potassium +1, oxygen -2. So how can you calculate? X plus 1 potassium plus 1 minus 8, that is equal to 0, because the compound overall it is neutral. So x minus 7 that is equal to 0. That implies x that is equal to plus 7. This one is the oxidation number of manganese in KMnO4. Suppose find out the oxidation number of chromium in Cr2O7 2-. Find out the oxidation number of chromium. Let the oxidation number of chromium is x. So 2 chromiums are there, 2x plus 7 into for each oxygen, that is minus 2. That is equal to, we can't write over here overall charge 0 because this one is not neutral molecule having net charge minus 2. That will be minus 2. So that implies 2x minus 14 that is equal to minus 2. That implies 2x becomes equal to 12 and x that is equal to plus 6. Clear? So if I need to calculate the oxidation number of K4 FeCN whole 6. So what is the oxidation number of iron over here? Let x. So for potassium plus 1, cyanide minus 1 charge. So 4 into plus 1 plus x plus 6 into minus 1 that is equal to 0, neutral molecule. So 4 plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So x minus 2 that is equal to 0. So x that is equal to plus 2. So what is the oxidation state of iron? Plus 2. Okay. And another thing, remember, the oxidation state or the oxidation number of an ion is equal to the charge carried by itself. Charge carried by itself. That means if I consider F minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus having charge minus 1. If I need to calculate the oxidation number of NH4 plus, that will be its net charge, that is plus 1. SO4 2 minus, that will be minus 2. SCN minus, that will be minus 1. Clear? Fe3 plus, so its oxidation state will be plus 3. Likewise, you can calculate the oxidation number of various species involved in any molecule or any polyatomic ions. Clear? Again, there are some molecules where the oxidation number is above their group number, which is not possible. For example, if I consider carous acid, formula H2SO5. So here you calculate the oxidation number of sulfur. Let's say X for 2 hydrogen atom 2 plus 5 into minus 2, that is equal to 0. So X plus 2 minus 10, that is equal to 0. So X becomes plus 8, which is not possible for sulfur. It can exhibit maximum oxidation number which is equal to its group number plus 6. Plus here in general calculation we are getting plus 8. It is not possible. So in this case what happens? We have to consider its structure. Okay. So you know the structure of sulfuric acid. Just add one oxygen over here. O S double bond O double bond O H. This is H2SO5, the structure of H2SO5. And here you simply calculate like this. This one is peroxide linkage. No doubt this one is minus 1, this is plus 1. And here also same, hydrogen is plus 1, oxygen minus 1. And in this case, what happens? Sulfur and oxygen. Oxygen is more electronegative, so this is minus 1, so sulfur gets plus 1. And here, this oxygen, for 2 bonds, it gets minus 1, sulfur gets plus 1, plus 1. And here, plus 1 like that of minus 1, plus 1, plus 1. And here 6. Just calculate the oxidation number of sulfur over here, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So that is plus 6. Right now it is possible. Similarly, if I need to calculate CrO5. What is the oxidation number of chromium over here? If someone need to calculate x plus 5 into minus 2, that is equal to 0. So x minus 10 equal to 0. So x is equal to plus 10. So plus 10 is not possible for chromium. So in this case we have to consider its structure. Its structure is like this. This one is its structure. This is called butterfly structure. Butterfly structure. So here this oxygen is peroxide linkage, -1, -1, -1, -1. Consequently this chromium gets +1, +1, +1, +1, and the two bonds are there. Oxygen gets -1, -1, +1, +1. Right now you just see what is the oxidation number, +1, +1, +1, 3, +1, +1, 3. So that will be +6. Never write +10, +8 likewise. Clear? These are the exceptional cases where we should consider the structure of molecules. Unless we consider their structure, we can't predict their oxidation number. If you calculate the oxidation state of Fe3O4 iron oxide. So my question is how to calculate the oxidation number of iron in this oxide. Okay, so let's say x, I am considering x. So for 3, that will be 3x plus 4 into -2 for each oxygen, that is equal to 0. So 3x equal to 8, that implies x, that is equal to 8 by 3. Fractional value you are getting. So what does it indicates? This Fe3O4, it consists of two oxides. One is FeO plus another one is Fe2O3. Clear? So it is a mixed oxide. Having here the oxidation state of iron is +2 and here the oxidation state of iron, that is +3. So overall the average oxidation number, this one is called average oxidation number. Average oxidation number means total 4 into -2, 8 plus 8, how many total number of iron atoms there? 3. So divided by 3. This is average oxidation number since it is one of your mixed oxide. Clear? Now let us define what is oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Oxidizing agent, or this is also known as oxidant. Simple definition: the species which itself is reduced, known as oxidizing agent or oxidant. Clear? And simultaneously reducing agent, or you can say reductant. The species which itself is oxidized. We will discuss an example. The species which itself get oxidized, known as reducing agent or reductant. Clear? For example, if I consider one example, that is, let's say Mg plus O2, the oxidation of magnesium, that will be MgO, 2MgO. You can write over here 2Mg. So identify the oxidation number of each. This one is free element 0, oxygen free 0. Clear? And in this compound, what is the oxidation state of oxygen? -2. What is the oxidation state of magnesium? Conversely, +2. and here you see from 0 to +2, the increase in oxidation number or increase in positive valency, as I have told you, increase in positive charge. So positive charge increases means this one is oxidation. किसका ऑक्सीडेशन हो रहा है यहाँ पर? मैग्नीशियम का, ठीक। एंड हियर ऑक्सीजन having 0 to -2, that is increase in negative charge. Increase in negative charge means this one is reduction. As I have told you, the species which is oxidized, that is magnesium, act as a reducing agent. This one is our reductant or reducing agent. Clear? So simultaneously this one itself is reduced, so it acts as oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent, or you can say oxidant. Oxidant, this one can be said as reductant. Okay, and the overall reaction, it is a redox reaction. This one is a redox reaction. But you should know how to find out the oxidation number and how the oxidation number changes from one species to another species. In that case, you can predict which one is oxidizing agent, which one is reducing agent. Clear? Next we will discuss types of redox reaction. Types of redox reaction. Basically it is of two types. One is intermolecular redox reaction. First one, that is intermolecular redox reaction. The redox reaction in which two different species can act as oxidizing and reducing agent, and reducing agent is known as intermolecular redox reaction. Intermolecular redox reaction. For example, as I have discussed, Cu plus Zn2 plus giving rise to Cu2 plus Zn giving rise to Cu plus Zn2 plus. Here you see this Zn is oxidized and it acts as a reducing agent. Copper, it is reduced, act as oxidizing agent. Two different species are there. That's why this is known as intermolecular redox reaction. And the second one, that is disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction. Definition: the redox reaction in which the same species undergoes oxidation and reduction simultaneously is known as a disproportionation reaction. Is known as a disproportionation reaction. Clear? So if we consider one example like H2O2, let's say, get converted into H2O plus O2. So you just balance this one, 2, 2. Clear? So here, what is the oxidation number of hydrogen plus 1, oxidation number of oxygen minus 1, because this one is peroxide. But here, oxidation state of hydrogen plus 1, in this oxygen that is minus 2, and this oxygen is 0. Hela? Since the oxidation number of hydrogen is plus 1, there is no change in oxidation number. You just focus the change in oxidation number, that is of oxygen. Oxygen minus 1, 2, minus 2, that is reduction. Increase in negative charge, reduction. Again, same oxygen, minus 1 to 0, that is a decrease in negative charge, that is oxidation. So overall, in this reaction, the oxygen of peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, simultaneously undergoes oxidation and reduction. That's why this one is an example of your disproportionation reaction. So in this class, we have defined oxidation, reduction, what are the basic rules to determine the oxidation number, and we have solved for oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Okay, thank you.